Okay guys, welcome back to another episode of our DB Dailies vlog. I'm down here today with John O'Brien and his absolutely stunning Levin here. It's shining like a diamond, isn't it?
Nice.
We're going to have a chat with him about the car. We're down at Wells House here, Nature Walk and Gardens as well, where the Gorey Motor Club actually hold their show, so you might have seen some of the background shots. And we'll see what the car's made of here. John, so we're down here today and we're looking at your absolutely stunning 11, alright? The first thing I was probably ask is, when did you get the car, or how long have you had the car?
The car now, I would say around 5 years now.
Yeah.
It was originally silver when I got it, and it's gone through a full transformation, a full body respray. We've done a colour change.
Yeah.
And a few other little bits and pieces.
Yeah. I was glad to see John as well, actually, because we're talking about colour change, right? And some guys, when they do colour changes, they kind of half-arse it and don't do inside your doors and stuff as well. But you'll see from the clips there we've taken like all, you've got everywhere, like, you know what I mean? It is all done. Like.
Yeah, I wanted if you open the boot or open the bonnet or open the door and door jambs, that you'd have the same colour throughout the car. So it's a full strip down and
proper paint job.
Proper. She's fully yellow throughout.
Some panel beaters do a thing where they do a deal where it's like a windows in spray job and doors closed spray jobs, and they kind of get for less money and stuff, but you're compromising quality big time, aren't you? Like,
when I was going for the colour change and those options came up with, do you want inside the doors, do you want the engine bay, do you want the boot, do you want the floor, what do you want included, and what way is the car coming to me and so forth. So it was stripped down to a bare rolling shell, and it was basically get rid of all the silver and
get rid of all the silver.
All the silver gone. Gone.
But as far as we go with colours, right, because you would have seen them in the Gorey Motor Club video as well, guys. Like, the colour is just, I've never seen it on 11, and there's a reason why, I suppose, because the colour's from?
The colour's actually from a Renault Williams Clio.
A Clio.
Clio. So it's a three-stage fluorescent paint. There is a fleck in it, and it can change colours and depending on the sunlight and the shade, and it's different. There are a couple yellow twin cams. I don't know many of them. I think I've seen 3 or 4 out there, and then they're standard yellows. Whereas I wanted something different and something to.
Because in colours, I suppose, as far as you got, you'd see black, you'd see red, you'd see white, and then you see the panda ones, which is
white over black, or you kind of have
red over black sometimes.
Yeah, you have blue as well, and black over grey. There's a couple of different. Most of them are two-tone. Very rarely do you see them.
A sole colour, like
single colour throughout. So
yeah.
I kind of thought there wasn't going to be much that would go with yellow for the bottom half, so I said we'll go all in.
But it is like, when you look at it here, guys, alright, you look at some stages and it's like a real rich yellow. You look at some stages and it's like a gold kind of, you know what I mean, like real shine off it. In some bits it's like there's a silver fleck in it, but that's the pearl kind of coming through.
It's the pearl coming through
it's unbelievable. It's a fantastic colour. But then obviously we've got a fantastic colour to match fantastic wheels.
The car was pretty much built around the wheels, and
I think that's what a lot of people do, don't they? They kind of get these wheels and they're like, I love them, so now we'll work from there.
We'll build a car around the wheel.
Yeah.
So I kind of they're works equip 3-piece wheels, and
for people at home, I suppose, that don't understand, right? So works equips is the style of the wheel, we'll call it, and the make of the wheel model. But even as far as a 3-piece go, right, we haven't had someone on the vlog yet with a 3-piece, but basically the face can come off, and then barrels come off, and a dish can come off, and you can break it down, isn't it?
Yeah, makes it a nightmare for changing tyres, but
that's not our fault though.
No,
you don't have to worry about it.
That's for Brady's and Arthur's to worry about.
Yeah, but it is, look at the wheels, they stand out, and like that they match the paint code, unbelievable. And we have a few shots to the back just to show the sheer width of them, isn't it? So we're running a lot bigger wheel on the back than the front as well.
Yeah, the back is nearly twice the size of the front wheel.
Yeah.
As you drove the car.
I did, yeah.
No power steering and very, very heavy to turn, but once you get going it's grand, but you have the grip in the back, and it's kind of the stance and the look of the car for the width at the back.
And for a car that's known for not having a lot of grip in the back, it's nice to have some grip in the back.
It's nice to have it when you have an NSD diff in the back of it. It's kind of nice to have
bit of safety,
just that little bit extra in case you run out of talent.
So obviously the first thing I seen was the paint and then the wheels, and I was talking to John about it, and then it just so happens that I'm not the only one that spotted the wheels. So you were up at 86 Fest with this up in Mondello?
Yeah, 2 years ago on 86 Fest, it won best wheels at Show and Shine.
Yeah.
And it's won a few different prizes around at different shows. I've been to Wells House, the Gerard Murphy Memorial.
Yeah.
They featured Toyotas the first year I brought it to it.
I like how he's just bluffing this off as if I won best wheels at 86 Fest. 86 Fest is massive. Every twin cam in Ireland is there, and they're all unbelievable.
It was the year where I think they had the biggest turnout of twin cams for the parade lap. And it is a huge show, and I look forward to it all year round.
Yeah. And even for non-86 people, like non-86 people go to it, like just to see the cars.
Just to see. I think it's one of the very few shows in the country where it's solely dedicated to one specific model of a car, and it's nice to be able to see. You get to see the best of both worlds, and you get to see the track cars. And what's different engines. It's great if you were building an 86. See what's in track cars, because if it'll go into a track car, you'll more than likely get it into a road car.
100%, yeah. But even to see, I know we're saying that it's a twin cam or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And sure, they're all the same. But like when you go to 86 Fest, you'll see there's so many variations and so many styles, and like in Ireland, I suppose we have UK spec and we have Jap spec, isn't it? So like that's a massive difference in the two.
And there's a mashup between them all, and then lads put SR20s. I've seen one with a 1J. I've seen the 16 valve turboed.
Yeah.
The A111, the later 11s, the 20 valves out of them put into them. I've seen S2000s. Yeah. I've even seen a rotary engine in one of them.
Why get rid of something that's reliable?
that one was a bit sketchy.
But Pa Gabbett, now that we've done a video for, is rolling in his grave. They're thinking about giving out about rotaries, but they are kind of temperamental,
specialist, I suppose.
Yeah,
we'll go with specialist.
Very political. So we were talking there about 86 Fest, and John was just saying there as well about like the track cars and road cars. So I know we'll come back to it, right? But not only does John have this fantastic beast here in front of us, right? But you also have a twin of this.
I've another, I suppose. Yeah, the only way I could describe it is a beast. It's a moter version, 1983.
Yeah.
Black track car. It's stripped out. Two brides in it like this.
Yeah.
And it has an SR20 in it. Run 385 to the back wheels. It was basically an S13 transplanted into
a twin cam.
Fairly common kind of swap over with. They put the Van Back axle in it because it hold the power to the back of the wheels, and good engine, turbo, and
unbelievable.
Whether you have talent or not, it will still go around.
I'm going to have to nab you down the line for this one, because I know there's going to be comments. Where's the track car? Let's see the track car.
The track car isn't as pretty or doesn't stand out, no, but it does. I brought it to Mondello 86 Fest this year. Skipped Show and Shine and brought the track car with me.
Yeah, it's nice to have the variation though, isn't it?
Like you get to see a different side of a show.
Yeah,
and it accommodates, again back to 86 Fest, but it accommodates everyone's liking, whether you like the track side of things and just want to race, or you like the Show and Shine and slow and steady.
Well, isn't it?
So
the show ponies.
The show ponies, that's the word, yeah.
But then, so say, John, right, I've walked around the car, right? I've seen a few little bits and all on the car that I kind of fell in love with, and I know car enthusiasts out there would say, like, this, that, and the other thing would catch your eye. As far we talk about colour and wheels, as far in your eyes, then what's your next one, say, on aesthetics, like to look at the car? That is one of your pride pieces after that?
My pride pieces then after that would be when you get past the wheels and the colour is the two bride bucket seats.
Yeah.
Completely standard interior built around it, but it has, I suppose, it's the Japanese side of things and the styling, and it's just two reclining brides in the front of it. They're comfortable, and they look like they belong.
Yeah.
Doesn't stand out too much. Colour matches.
Your floor mats and stuff are bride floor mats as well.
I have the two. I have the front floor mats, and I have the rear ones, and I have the one that actually goes over the tunnel as well.
Yes, yeah.
So it's just
because it does, and I know we're saying they're not standard, right? And it's not the standard interior, but they blend in so well in there, don't they? Like
it's hard to see a twin cam, whether it's UK spec or Jap spec, that it'll actually have the standard seats in it.
Yeah.
I suppose when I changed the colour and changed the wheels and changed the complete stance of the car and the look of it, a standard interior isn't going to.
Yeah. Because it is, when people are building show cars, right, a lot of lads go outside, and that's what other people are looking at. But we talk to Emmett, we'll see Emmett down the line as well with his Octavia. But the interior is where you're spending your time when you're driving it, isn't it? Like,
just want a bit of comfort with the coilover, with the BC racing coilovers in it. It can be rigid at times, and you have to take time. You have to take your time on, some of the great Irish roads we have.
That's always a complaint.
we won't get into too much politics, but they're comfortable and they look well. And when I got the car, they were actually the only interior that was in it.
Left in it.
That was the only bits that were left in it. It had been stripped out and it was silver, so I kind of keep something. It's about the only part of the old car that's kind of still in it.
100%. Another side of things, then, I suppose you were saying about BC racing coilovers, but you're running springs in the back, lowering springs.
Just standard lowering springs in the back, with the fact that the tyres on the back are stretched and they're so wide. I didn't want it rock solid with the kit being moulded to the car. I didn't want it so rigid that it'd crack the kit, and I wanted a specific stance, but I also wanted to be able to drive the car and not have to trailer it.
It is a big thing with show cars, I suppose. A lot of guys have to trailer and speed bumps, bumpy roads in Ireland. Like, it's a night. Like, we drove down in the car from the local village, we call it, but like drove down the road, came in the driveway there.
Speed bumps.
Take your time, but like, it's nothing. There was no rubbing, no scraping, nothing like that. Really. So as far as, what would you say lower in the back? Are you like 40 mil less maybe?
I'm 40, between 40 and 45 lower, kind of. It sits.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It sits about that much in the back, and the front is 55 with the coilovers. It was at 60, but speed bumps and chassis rails
drivability
didn't get on, so it had to come back up.
But like that, Japanese parts are getting harder to get in Ireland, so when you have a front lip or a front bumper there that's hard to get, and you're thinking, oh sure, I'll lower it another 10 mil, and then you hit something and it's gone, and it's impossible to get another one. Like, you don't want to be in that situation, I suppose.
Between the price of parts, but my problem is the paint. If I have to repaint the bumper,
pearl paint is never handy.
Pearl paint ain't easy, and the lad that painted this basically told me, don't crack the bumpers, don't come back to me.
I don't want to see this car again.
Don't want to see it again.
Because it is, touch-ups are hard, because obviously paint fades and kind of reacts with the weather and stuff, and then you're polishing it and whatever as well, so matching paint is quite difficult, isn't it?
Like if I was to crack the arch or crack a bumper, you can't just spray the bumper or the arch. I have to blow it in, or the doors, do the whole or wings, or I could end up having to paint the whole side of the car. So
and it's not cheap.
No,
not cheap at all.
No.
But even as far down to tiny touches, right, guys? He's got the Levin wind deflectors on there. I'd say they're like hen's teeth, which don't exist. Even his boot spoiler, the window wiper delete, but the wiper delete is gone, and like, you wouldn't even know a Kemet one. Like, everything about the car here, guys, is just, it has been finished. Like, it's not something that was rushed or second thoughts or
we took our time building it, and kind of got it to where you could show it and drive it and enjoy it.
100%,
you know.
But it does show. Like, even me, I'm not an A6 guy, okay, I am a car guy obviously, but like, I can pick out these things, and like, it's clear to see that the effort has been put in.
It's just subtle differences. Like with Jap and UK specs, they're all different, and they all have their own little
quirks and stuff with them.
Quirks about them. So this one was just what suited the car. We kept the window where there was stickers that said GT Coupe.
Yeah, I think I got a shot at there.
The stickers are gone, but it's still etched into the glass, and it just, I suppose, it gives character to the car.
Look, it tells a story, doesn't it? Like, that's what people were into back then, and even though it's still there, you know. So we talked about the show pony side of thing and kind of what catches your eye, I suppose, right? But what we don't always see is what's underneath the bonnet, okay, and performance, I suppose. So, what engine are we running?
It's a 4 AG with HKS cams and a few other little bits of internals for it all to work together well. And it's not massive power. There's no RSM. She'll only do what she came out of Japan with. It's quick enough for what the car is. Don't want to be going too hard and next thing hit a pothole
and then alloys are gone, or kits are gone, or lips are gone, or something's gone. But even as far as we were talking about it's a 1600 engine, right? It has been tidied up a good bit. We've got cams, all these things. You've got the aluminium radiator there to help with cooling and stuff as well.
Yeah.
So as far as the reliability is gone, the 1600 you've kind of added to it, isn't it?
Like, you know, there's no need to fix it if it's not broken. So it's put the cams into it, the induction kit, driftworks, radiator, strut brace in the front, and that's basically under the bonnet.
And as far as your experience with the car so far and reliability with it, you haven't had any issues, or has there been an issue along the line? Or?
In fairness, the engine was built, put back in, and it's turnkey ever since.
Yeah, it's
fantastic. It was turnkey. It had been sitting up for a long time. It got a battery and a bit of fresh fuel. Turnkey, and it drove. So they are what they are, and they do last.
Older Toyotas.
Older Toyotas,
isn't it? Yeah. It's like they have a far better reputation, older Toyotas than the newer ones.
They were the best built cars in the world.
yeah. But it is, guys, so it's just another aspect, I suppose, that we want to get across in our vlogs as well, is that the OEM plus kind of model is like you're bringing the car to the modern generation, isn't it? Like, and you're having it that you're going to be able to, in 10 years, 20 years time, maybe when we're gone, this will still be here. Like,
that's the hopeful that like the build it right, build it once.
Yeah.
The engine, do the mods, do it when you can. It took a long time to build this car, but at the same time it's built. I haven't had to, since it's been built, it's sit in, turn the key in. I can go for a Sunday drive. I can go to 86 Fest. I can come down to Wales. I can go to Cars and Coffee. Spin down to Waterford or whatever for it. It's comfortable. It's loud, but again,
it's not horrendous though.
I
was in it. It's not bad. Oh, it's cool. Yeah.
NCT lads
don't like it.
Like it a bit quieter.
But like that, it's great to see the car, and it is being looked after, and it is for people. I suppose we all watch YouTube videos, right? And we watch TV programs on, and people are like building cars in like this tiny time frame, or they built a whole car from nothing to in a year. Like, I wouldn't be for that sort of thing. Like, you know,
you kind of have to give time to earn out. There's going to be problems. You're going to get into it. You're going to forget to have connected something or disconnected something or whatever it might be. So it's take the time, and you know, it's always nerve-wracking to get to the first show and get it out, but you're going to get heating problems, you know, and there were a few with this, but none that I could actually kind of remember right now to go, oh, the bad days are bad days and the good days are great days when you're building them, but it was straightforward enough because I started with a good base. And it was strip it down, and then while it was getting body worked and painted and the kit molded and all that, gave time to get the likes of the coilovers.
Build it all together.
Send the engine off, to get it stripped down, to get it rebuilt, to get the bits and pieces. I don't have to, like, when it goes for a test, it's 35 years old or whatever it is now, but it goes in, it drives in. Other than the silencer and having to swap out the stretch tyres.
It's all good, isn't it?
It runs through and it comes back out with the sheet. And
one more can you ask for though, you know what I mean? Like, it's very good. But like that, you're not a millionaire either, so it does take time to get the money together to put these things together. But like that, once you have it done once then, and you get through our NCT, National Car Test, right? Once you get through that the first time, you're like, right, well that's the standard now.
I know what I need to do next. And in fairness, it's only tested 2 years. I'd say if it's done 1,000 kilometres since the last 4 years, is all it's done. But at the same time, I know swap out a few bits and pieces, so drive in. When
I give John a text there, like, here, I want to meet John Sunday or Saturday, and it's like Wednesday, he's like, yeah, cool, no problem. Like, I'll just go out and get into it and go,
just
and that's
turn the
it.
Key and go. It was literally pull out of the shed, wash, dress the tyres, come down the road, and away you go.
I know, it's a fantastic car, John, right? And
thanks.
Like that, it drives brilliant, right? It looks absolutely fantastic, and we'll see in a few what we call the sexy shots there. We'll see it as well, and see the light hitting the paint and all. It's absolutely fantastic, and I said the car is an absolute credit to you, like, you know what I mean? It is, like, and it shows the time and effort, the like small details that are left in the car. Like, it's fantastic to see it, and that the car has a story along behind it, isn't it?
It's about the kind of history, because even that I've tracked down a few of the old owners and talked to them, and heard a few of their horror stories. And,
and you're glad you didn't have those horror stories?
I'm glad I didn't have, there was one that had engine problems with it, but again, it is where it is now, and like if it's tagged in anything, like usually 86 Fest, his buddies tag it in by the reg, but they still remember it, even though it was the car that was silver.
Of course, yeah. So we will get a picture up of the car when it was silver. It's there somewhere.
Before and after.
But anyway, John, look, for me, I'd like to say thanks so much for coming down to car today, right? I caught my eye when I went to your Cars and Coffee in Gorey, and I was just like, wow, I have to talk to this man about this car. It's unbelievable. So from me, I'd like to say thanks very much, right? And from, I'm sure everyone on YouTube that's watching it, thanks very much for bringing the car down. But from me, that's all I'd have to ask you about it. Is there anything you'd like to add to the video?
No, that's kind of the story and the history of the car and what it is, where it came from and what it is now, and hopefully it stays that way
till we're long gone.
Till we're long gone and it'll be the next lad's problem.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate the feature.
Yeah, no problem at all. No problem. Okay. So guys, for me, Dunners_DB Dailies and
Slugsy.
So SLUGZY
ZY
on Instagram. We'll get the tags up down below us here as well. I'd like to say thanks very much for watching, guys, right? If you have any questions on the car, right, or if you're wanting to see the track car, the beast that he has at home, make sure to comment down below. If you have questions, get in contact with us at DB Dailies. Get in contact with John and ask him a question or two here and there. Don't deny him, okay?
Always happy to talk about the car.
Yeah.
Or cars.
And I'd like to say thanks very much for watching the video. I'd like to say like, share, subscribe, okay? If you have any comments, be sure to drop them down below. You can get in contact with us on social media through Facebook and Instagram. Visit dbdailies.com for all of our merchandise, hoodies, t-shirts, lanyards, sunstrip, banners, all neck scarves, the whole lot is there, right? I'd also like to say a quick shout out to Gorey Motor Club as well, because it's the club that John's a part of. They have their show down here at Wells House, and we also went to your Cars and Coffee, and we have a little video on the line. It's probably going to be up before your video's out. But just a shout out to Gorey Motor Club as well. They're fantastic people, guys, alright? And they have some unbelievable cars with unbelievable variety, modified, standard, old, new, everything.
Everything goes.
We were down at the show. He had a Mark IV Super that was done up in the Max Power beside a Citroen 2 CV, and that's what you're about, and it's fantastic. So
just getting people out and getting people together. Like.
So definitely hit up the guys as well. You will have seen their video before this one, right? But I'd like to say, from the two of us here, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.